Good afternoon, Chrisfield families and students. Here are your updates for the week. We had a wonderful prom last night. It looked like everybody had a fantastic time. Thank you to the Elks Club for allowing us to use their space. And thank you to all the students and our staff who helped decorate the stage and the Elks Club for our prom. Again, I hope everybody had a wonderful time. It seemed like everybody did. And just thank you to all those students and staff who helped make it look beautiful for a wonderful night. Want to get started with some quick announcements. On Monday, we have a 3 o'clock bocce meet that will be at James and Bennett, a 4 o'clock varsity baseball game that's home against Delmar, and then we have an art show at the Board of Education from 4 to 6. Please stop by and see our wonderful art display. We have such wonderful artists in our building. Thank you to Mr. Simpson and Miss Spencer for just the wonderful art that's created within our building. On Tuesday, we're going to have an AP and dual enrollment information meeting in the auditorium. That'll be at 9:45. At 4 o'clock, we have an academy baseball and softball game. That'll be at Washington. And then the principal's roll dinner is at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. All right, on Wednesday, we're wearing green for mental health awareness. Remember, we have to wear our uniform bottoms, but we can wear a green or mental health shirt for our mental health awareness initiative. Make sure we're in our uniform bottoms as well. No hoodies, as always. 4 o'clock, varsity baseball and softball game. That'll be at St. Michael's. If you are in the area, please stop by and support our student athletes. On Thursday, the Bayside South Championships for track and field will be held at Decatur. That starts at 3 o'clock. And we have an athletic boosters meeting at 6 o'clock that night. If you have any athletes in your family who are competing at CHS, please consider joining this program. They've done a fantastic job. We started it late January. They've already had one major fundraiser where we had a golf tournament, and they've done wonderful, wonderful success on that. And we're looking to do great things for our athletes at Chrisfield Academy High School. So if you have athletes, please consider joining this program. On Friday, there's a Salisbury University College Fair. That's for 10th and 11th grade students. Please see Mr. Taylor if you're interested. 4 o'clock, we have an Academy baseball and softball game against Salisbury Christian. That's home. And then Saturday, we have a varsity baseball and softball game at Cambridge South Dorchester, and that'll be played at 12 o'clock. All right, so just a couple quick announcements to follow up what's going on in the week. We are going to hit May this week. Thursday and Friday we start May, and May is a huge testing season for the state of Maryland. All the schools across the state of Maryland are going to be doing a lot of testing, and this testing goes into how our school gets graded because of our scores. And we have such intelligent we have intelligent student athletes as well, but we have such intelligent students overall, and I don't think our numbers really reflect that. I think we're not taking our best effort on these tests. So parents, I'm encouraging you, to help us encourage your students to make sure they're doing the best on these tests. We encourage them to do the best on their tests, but if they hear it from you, it might have a little bit more weight. So help us encourage them to do the best they can on these tests, because it does reflect on our school, and we have a wonderful school. And we want to make sure the state of Maryland knows that we have a wonderful school. And unfortunately, the state of Maryland doesn't always see everything that we do at our school, but they do see these test scores. So students, make sure you're doing your best. Parents, please help us encourage your students to do the best on their test. More information on testing will be forthcoming. So please pay attention to any announcements. But again, it comes down to us doing the best, because we have some extremely intelligent students in our building. We just need to show it on these tests. We did meet with some students last week regarding the uniform policy. I did encourage them to always be on top of the board, as I always encourage you to just be on top of what's going on with the board. And some of them have been, but there was a little bit of misinformation. So I want to make sure this is clear. Dr. Tasker Mitchell did set a proposal for a dress code, which could possibly eliminate uniforms. But that's a board decision. It's not a Dr. Tasker Mitchell decision. It's not a Mr. Arnold decision. So there was a proposal. There's probably going to be the board's probably going to look at the policy at some point, but it's probably not going to take effect this year. If anything, it would be in effect for next year. So our uniform policy is the same right now. If anything changes, I certainly will let everybody know. So we need to make sure that we finish these last 6 or 7 weeks in our uniform. We will try to continue to do our casual days and our little incentive type days, but we need to make sure that we're in our uniform every other day, polo shirt or Crisfield Crabber gear, and then the uniform bottoms, which are khaki, black, or navy blue pants, shirts, not shirts, skirts or shorts of appropriate length. But the leggings, the tights, the yoga pants, the pajama bottoms, and the hoodies, they're not part of it right now. So please make sure that you're sending your student to school, and students, make sure you're coming to school in appropriate school uniform so that we can avoid this nonsense. We are getting ready to be in May. This isn't, our first rodeo. That we've been through this a couple of months now. So we know what's going on. We know what the expectations are. Lastly, continue to keep your cell phones away. I'm starting to see it pick up a little bit again. We're starting to take more cell phones. We don't want to take your cell phone. You got to keep it off, and it's got to be put away. Parents, again, I encourage you to just support what is going on. We are doing this in an effort to follow the policy of the board, but also we're ramping it up for testing season. And it's very important. They're not going to be able to use their phone on the test, so they need to make sure that they're doing their work and not worried about their cell phones. So with that, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Sunday, and we will see all of our students on Monday.